Stick around to the end where I tier list all the weapons from High on Life. After years of searching, I finally found it. The ultimate crack. Decades of work, research, back alley blowjobs, dollar blowjobs, bartering blowjobs, all of it. I finally found the ultimate crack to share with the wider world. Be warned, this isn't your Pablo Escobar or CIA and underdeveloped neighborhoods type shit. This is pure, unaltered crack straight from the nipple cocos of Peru itself. High on Life. Now you might be thinking, that's just the average way one lives a life. But no. The game High on Life from the creative mind of Justin Roiland. Let's see how this magnificent specimen is doing. Yeah, well, safe to say we aren't getting a sequel unless someone contracts him for a Street Fighter successor series, Domestic Combat. Only a mind as sick as him could create this masterpiece with talking guns, murders, assault, acid trips, excise tumors. So let's go contract a fart fetish and smoke some crack off the ass face, and play High on Life on crack. Game starts off and we get to experience what losers who play video games in their parents' basement at the age of 40 do, something the average TCLR subscriber can't relate to. After getting a feel for the mechanics, my sister breaks me out of the immersion, telling me if I don't up my game, my dad's gonna unhang the sneakers and pull off his patented vanishing performance again. But that doesn't matter. We got the place to ourselves and...
Oh my god, don't give me that look, narc.
What? What's that? Yeah, you can throw the party. Do you need all of that?
I don't need it. I don't.
Here, come on, try some.
I get to choose my character from the pool of EA decided to start monetizing characters IRL. My baby daddy and I dropped a combined 4 children and 3 stillbirths by 16. If you only heard my voice, you'd picture a Benjamin. The Sphinx's new puzzle, since everyone knows the old one already. Which gender is this? See person number 2. We needed a black woman in order to have a Twitter. See last entry but replace black with Asian. I pick Benjamin and...
Do you want any or no?
Yes!
Fine, more for me then.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
As stepsis mocks my lack of crack. Stepsis informs me that mom put her in charge, and if it wasn't for dad's ankle bracelet, he'd be at the cigarette store right now, as I read the heartwarming message mom left me on the fridge. Oh no. I'm a Reddit moderator. We get out and a giant teleporter rolls in housing an excised tumor, an ant who accidentally slipped on some TCGI mutagen and fell on the subscribe button, and what appears to be a dad they brought right from his fishing trip.
You understand what they're saying?
Oh yeah, for sure, I'm fluent in Klingon. Right now, he's telling everyone to like the video and comment suggestions for future videos down below. Our neighbor with dementia walks in and gets sucked on the spot. You can't teach this level of deep throat. Man reached the stomach as the alien gets so high he shoots the fisherman before dipping. I approach the green corpse and find a gun with a face on it. I'm not familiar in proper Klingon etiquette and was grabbing onto its penis so hard he just ejaculated on my face, allowing me to understand him now. I remove its butt plug that he barely noticed was there, leaving me to contemplate whether to leave it on the streets where it belongs or save it, but there's no time. It asks if I can shoot a gun. Brother, look where we are right now. I run up on the Cyclops' offspring while staring deeply into my Gatlian's eyes and spin the block as even their slightly stronger officers are no match for my abilities. I rob their washing machine as he tells me my planet is doomed and, don't worry, the beeping is completely normal. I make my way back home where my underage sister quickly made do of Mini-Lad and the Tumour makes a speech on live TV, but we manage to blast off before we can start talking about flex tape to an alien planet to find some help. We're looking for a guy named Gene, bounty hunter extraordinaire, and walk out to Tiny Tina's Wonderland with the carnival rolling through town. I ask the inflamed balls on a chode who doesn't have any info. Not cooperating? Face the wall, three-eyed booger. Okay, well apparently this world has police ethics laws. Unfortunate really, as I can't torture or set an example of the sentient mushroom either. Finally, Squidward Tentacles is so offended my gun is looking at my monster TCLR-induced schlong instead of listening to what he has to say, leaving us to find Gene by ourselves.
You're not the famous bounty hunter Gene Zaruthian, are you?
That's me, like on the ads.
Tinder profiles are more accurate than your ad. He is legless and offers us a deal. He'll give us his old bounty hunting suit. In exchange, he gets my house if I die on my adventures. Judging by the state of Doug Trio from Pokémon, I'm half expecting his suit to be both legless and armless as well, leaving me looking like Conan the Barbarian. Not in any position to negotiate, I take the deal and get a super suit in return. There's no activation keys. I'm flooded with MILFs 5 miles away who want to know my location while 5-year-old me was trying to watch the Raptors game, so I have to go buy it back, and we even have the Kool-Aid Man take on the role of Siri by showing us the scanner, aka quest marker. I get to a pawn shop where a mobility scooter occupies. Oh, hey, it's nice to see a fellow American here. We buy the key back after threatening to replace his Big Mac with a salad and make it back to the 7 little dwarves who got sick of Snow White's shit and took matters into their own hands. I get inside where my sister's pissed we have a legless Minecraft Witcher in our house, but he did at least set up the Bounty Hunter 5000, allowing us to take up bounty hunting in our mission to take out the G3 cartel led by the Tumour. Yeah, honestly, knowing G3, the ratings are probably gonna collapse soon after another rant about fucking misogynist gamers or something. We probably don't even have to do anything. First off, though, we need a test run. The hood's been overrun by someone named 9torg who stole Jean's knife. In our first bounty, we have to assassinate her and get the knife back. We have to walk there while Jean fixes up a portal for future bounties. As I get to the 2 worms who survived Sandy Cheeks' wrath, blocking off the hood, and I'm asked which one I'd ask out, to which I pick the red one. Blue calls me various alien slurs while the red one opens his doors permanently for my leisure. I get down and meet people who you'd normally see in a ghetto type area. Someone who saw his boy's brains blown out, a heroin addict, scum of the earth, and a fractured leg guy. Some kid is saying I don't have that dog in me and the game would never allow you to smoke a kid.
Me! You shot me, I'm dead!
All right there, are you happy now? Well, I didn't think we'd be allowed to kill him. Yeah, normally, killing children in games isn't allowed, but he's dead. We killed this kid. Are you happy now? We killed a kid. A kid is dead now. There goes our E for everybody.
CPS shows up, but I'm experienced in their ways as I pop them before the kids as Babushka lets us know her son had it coming and thanks us for killing her 30-year-old son. It seems the donut store guy also made it off Earth. Good for him. A few ants who were also exposed to the TCGI mutagen ask me who signed my permission slip.
Ain't nobody signed up a permission slip for me.
I get to a fisherman who doesn't want to get Stalin, so he says there might be a laundromat I can sneak through, perhaps, but, you know, pretend, or else 9torg would send her KGB agents. Kenny teaches me how he likes getting jacked off, which allows me to fire a cum shot so forceful it collapses bridges. Can also be used as a long-range artillery strike, causing everyone hit to jump high in order to avoid the Gatlian semen, but usually in vain. I get to some people asking about a buyer, and shit, I'll buy anything at the right price. Even some gamer girl bath water. Not to drink, of course, only some of it, but I pretty much just leave it like French cheese to get rested, or whatever the proper nomenclature is, and wait till the price spikes in a few years and just sell it off to the highest pervert. Excuse me, I mean bidder. So I tell him that yes, I am the fabled buyer, prophesized to buy some of their wares, but I'm not really expecting much since most garage sales aren't really—
Fuck you, I'm gonna carve out your anal cavity. Gonna make it 3 times as big. Your shit's just gonna drop right out of there.
He's perfect. I quickly stab the others to get out of paying.
I need more stabbing!
To Knifey's joy. Human rights violations, homicide, illegal buffoonery, obviously under the influence of every substance under the sun, except of course heroin. Knifey is obviously an average TCLR subscriber. After getting bullied constantly, these little bugs immediately subscribe to TCLR, and we get to see exclusive footage as they grow 250 pounds of pure muscle, immediately grow 30 feet taller, one roar and the Twin Towers have collapsed again, and they unlock their true TCLR for subscriber selves. Bear witness to the power one fastball on the continental plates shift, and Australia's attached to India again. Leave a like and subscribe to immediately reach the pinnacle of human evolution, make 6 figures from your jawline alone, and 2, more importantly, not miss out on future content. I can also use Knifey to Tarzan my way across the bumblebees and ledges around the world. I get to 9torg recording a porno of an obviously unconsenting 5torg, and as I'm about to tell Pornhub—
Stop right there!
Even though the site probably wouldn't care, 9torg and her Sand Devastate aren't taking any chances as I'm locked into mortal combat with her. The obvious mastery of the money shot, her unfazedness when swimming in the seminal fluid poisonous to most others, her being a queen ant, getting trained by every other ant in the colony, is shown in its full respects here as she's used to getting used, abused, and abusing every sexual talent under the book. The Kama Sutra takes notes from her. What she isn't ready for is my violent masturbation technique on Kenny, shocking her at the speed and control of my masterful baiters, and every money shot I launch gives me the opening I need to wipe her out. She says she's taking me with her, but not with Knifey as I Tarzan around, smoking the crack pipe in one hand and the ops in the other, succeeding in my first bounty. The state needs proof of my bounty, so I use Knifey to mutilate the ant.
I can't.
Oh, fuck no, she's a gusher!
We get back and Knifey's practically begging Gene to bend over and pull down his pants. Of course, Gene and Kenny are against it, so who did I side with?
What the fuck?
I claim my bounty and my stepsis lets me know that this isn't very feminist of me, and to protect my Twitter account, I quickly escape the situation and buy a dodge unit, which will come in handy all game, since bullets hone in on your location at a steady Mach 0.01. First real G3 bounty is Krubus, in charge of the crack mining operation. We teleport to Jumanji half expecting The Rock and Kevin Hart to aid us in the first mission, but all we meet are crabs looking to give me crabs, but my protection is suitable enough to prevent that outcome. Lizzie lets me know she's gonna look for mom and dad. I get to the little gerbils you could buy in Club Penguin that are the drugs Krubus is mining, but Kenny won't let me get a taste, unfortunately. I'll be back, you fucking furball. I'm smoking that back whether you like it or not. I get to the main character of the Joker crossover with the Care Bears, who sends me to free his village, and after hitting the invading cum goblins with Lincoln's patented Confederate clothesline, and after freeing the slaves, their leader, Apostate Teddy, sends me to get a teleporter from a man in a mansion across the river. And on my way, this 2077 mobility scooter user defects to our side from the G3. Too bad, honestly. Listening to him is like Yas Queen fingernails on a keyboard, and I can't shoot him down, so I was forced to play the rest of this game without eardrums. I get to the mansion where this Martian expects me to give him Fergles. Hell nah, you ain't getting any of my drugs, as he gives me a warp device to try and change my mind. Quickly bolting out of there when he gets into his monologue about how the government isn't necessary and the real criminals reside in the IRS. Oh, and instead of our parents, Lizzie found a boyfriend named Tweeg. Well, it seems the alien dick must have amnesiac properties, since we never hear about our parents again from her. I test my teleporter and warp in a few people, saving them from their 9-to-5s. No need to thank me. Now all we need are Krubus's coordinates and a blank warp disk located in the mines, and I quickly prove myself as the invasive species and force the inferior genetic beings to hand over the mine access code. They introduce a third enemy type, Larry the Lobster, who doesn't shoot anything but comes at you with these hands. He doesn't do all that much damage, but when he's coming at you looking like he's practicing for a Jake Paul boxing match, you can see how you could get a little scared from that. Make my way down to the mines and spend a good 20 minutes shooting these electrical things, thinking I can't advance without them until... Well, in my defense, there was too much crack in this game for even someone like me, believe it or not, breaking well past my tolerance levels. Next Care Bear is named Helen, the pre-evolved form of Karen, and to avoid her managerial inquisition wrath, I'm forced to actually do a 9-to-5, which I do so well I get a promotion. Mainly due to the Care Bears' evolution being stunted like the dodo birds not having any natural predators until the G3 and me showed up. And just like the dodo birds, the second a greater being on the food chain shows up, they become extinct within months. But good enough to get appraisal from my boss. I get the coordinates and make contact with the Revolution, who hasn't planned very far ahead, so their tombstones are already getting ordered as we speak, but they give me directions to their prince, who has a ton of blank floppy disks that I need. I wonder who the prince is going to be. I assume nothing but the average TCLR subscriber for... no wonder he has so many of his storage disks. This Discord mod probably has hundreds more, filled with illicit underage materials. But no investigation is possible, since like Andrew Tate, he's got dick riders sucking him off to the ends of the earth. The mansion guy prevents me from transcoding the disk, but it's a good thing he can't handle the withdrawals, a rookie mistake, as I forcefully imprint my data while he lies unconscious. On my floppy disk, of course. We warp in Krubus, who sends us to Davy Jones's locker, forcing us to fight ourselves out.
Batman, I caught a little Pokemon. Do you want to know what Pokemon I caught?
What Pokemon did you catch, Joker?
I caught a little punny, Batman. I caught a little punny.
Oh no, Joker. Don't tell me.
This man had me playing Twister Just Dance Edition as I was evading bullets, lasers, and his comically large CD, but my psychedelic of choice proved superior as I stand victorious, mutilating him as a spoil of war, letting the knife get some action.
Oh God, this feels amazing! You have no idea! Oh God, I'm in heaven right now! Oh, you should see this! Oh, ripping through his drill tip!
I also get a new member for the party, Gus. I'm sure that name alone will strike fear into any non-fixed interest mortgage payer. I can launch discs with Gus to climb molten lava and play baseball with as well while acting like a shotgun, starting the power creep that happens from here on, which eventually makes Kenny look like a nipple vibrator by the end of it. The defector comes back, who joined the G3 again, thank God, but even he can't dodge shrapnel as I wipe him out before making it back home to turn in Krubus's bounty. I'm supposed to play the role of the diplomatic genetic core and settle domestic issues, allowing Jean to stay and my stepsis to get her back blown out by an alien species. Next up on the list is the director for training and torture operations, Douglas, which sends me to Saudi Arabia, Brother Kenny's home country. I get to the Mac and Cheese Brothers, preventing my crossing, and Gus tells me that I gotta be tough and earn my respect. I can't let them boss me around, and you know what? He's right.
What the hell are you doing? You know, Joe.
Look at you, you're the alpha now. If any of those guys were still alive, they'd be telling you how much they respect you.
No witnesses. After satiating my bloodlust, old wet grunty, despite sounding like what you'd call a MILF's horny queef, opens the Wild West's gates to me, and after obliterating the natives, the border guard says he can't let in anyone since there are too many recruits running around as is, and is gonna keep it locked until they leave or get killed.
Up in here, you want us to kill them.
Whoa, I didn't say that. I just said wink wink and okay, yeah, that's what I meant.
After getting to Crazy Slick's next crime, I murder more natives, but instead of a thank you, I get the defeated exasperation from someone who evidently wanted to get wrapped. After one final massacre, I make it through to the other side where no one really cares I'm here, it seems, as I infiltrate enemy territory, but can't sneak into their training center since I need to be covered in goop. Good thing I meet the sleazy goop salesman right after, and ignoring what my mother told me about strangers and Al Capone hats and attire offering me strange substances for free, I agree to get goop done and make it into orientation, where the hentai protagonist tells us we're going to be going through a grueling process and most of us are going to die. After that motivational pep talk, me and the other noobs kill some roly-poly monsters before getting onto an electrical therapy, and by therapy I mean fetish obstacle course. Private Ryan over here not looking too good. Yep, okay. After saluting my fallen brethren, I make my way across as the only survivor and get the hardest challenge of them all. I have to wait an entire hour. Well, I guess rules are rules after all.
Wait. Are you really gonna wait? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Oh yeah, I'm infiltrating the base as I sneak through some pipes, ziplining my way out of there as I meet Dr. Joopy, who needs my help in solving simple puzzles to go save his family. The final test is Fight Club, where I have to fight wave after wave of enemy in a battle royale. This tough of a recruitment process, and your troops are somehow still made of paper mache. After surviving, I'm happy to know that the organization values my life even less than in real life G4 valued their viewers, and I will be sent to report to my CO to fight for American oil interests. Except replace American with G3 and oil interests with drug interests. They're a cartel after all. I help the squid with another puzzle as Kenny shares his concerns that this talking octopod is going to be used as toilet paper by Douglas when the time comes, and after one more slightly harder puzzle, it's revealed that Dr. Joopy was Douglas after all. I mean, with a name like Douglas, I'd have a different alibi too, but he just used us to solve the puzzle since he had a mad hangover. Douglas is a cakewalk, as it seems Kenny was right. Dr. Joopy was used as dental floss, except by me instead. Just Tarzan around, avoid his 95% slow ink, and I make quick work of him before allowing Knifey to get in on the action.
Fuck yeah, that's definitely the stuff. Oh, now that felt good.
And we get a third gun for our adventure, Sweezy, whose lips are... She can slow time in a certain area, and her crystals explode when you knife someone shot by them, with her charged shot able to penetrate walls, developed of course to stop those perverts wanting her for her, well... I handed my bounty as the president praises me on live TV and invites me over to his suite. He stares down at his pelvis and starts talking about pleasure, so I quickly switch Sweezy out to prevent the worst from happening. We agree that I fight the G3 and he sends over information on their whereabouts while giving me an upgrade that lets me save humans I find. Win-win for both me and Dr. Egghead, since I save my species and he keeps illicit drugs off the streets before leaving him to continue on his busy week of embezzling public funds on vacations and hookers. I buy a jetpack from the store to advance the story, but she got me with the fine print and I have to wait a few days for delivery. I decide to sleep away the time since at this point I've had a very eventful day. Everyone I love's probably dead, I'm a refugee on a foreign planet, and I just committed what could be considered genocide on a cartel. I need something to melt away the stress. After going to sleep to Kenny's weird words of watching me nap, I wake up the next day transported on top of a roof, since I presume this location makes it easier for Kenny to touch me about here on the teddy bear without anyone else finding out. But like my uncle, he gives me a cool gift to swear me to secrecy, which I see as an absolute win as I mediate another cat fight between Minecraft Witcher and my sister. Now pay attention at how I agree with everything she says. Now, what do you think she'd say to me after I sided completely with her on everything?
Hey, are we cool? You were kind of coming at me pretty hard during that argument.
What the fuck did I do to you? Amber Heard? You wanted me to represent you against Johnny I don't care for siblings. That's a bridge too far. Go ask Daddy Elon's for funds or something to get competent lawyers. Not my fault he used and disposed of you like a tampon. The Eye of Sauron's illegitimate heirs who control G3 Labs are next, as we're back in the Amazon where the blue Care Bear tells us everyone is enslaved after I freed him and how slavery isn't that bad. Quickly escaping so as not to be seen with the Confederate sympathizer. I got a channel and Twitter I need to protect after all. After using Kenny's forceful fluid to catapult my way across, we get the last enemy, the sniper, who raises the French flag every time you get within a few feet of him. Helen is back and is a little mad that I killed her previous boss as she sounds the alarm to protect her unstable employment situation because 2 of your bosses die? That sounds like you might be the problem. After driving by the Ops' home base, surprising them with an elevator instead of a car, I get to the research lab where I'm invited to mix the human with other alien drugs, thinking one of these buttons would surely free the human after my pot shots do jack all. Come to think of it, I probably could have pressed E to free that human, but is what it is, I guess. I get my 4th and final talking gun named Creature. The lore with him is his mind has been experimented on so much that he can fire his offspring as miniature leeches, suckling enemies of their health, and his brain is completely fucked, leaving him with room temperature IQ on the Celsius scale as nothing more than a K-pop and dream stan. We can use his babies to enter mine shafts and to destroy force fields for us, and even mind control enemies with his ultimate, which is great since I lied about the sniper being the last enemy. It's this Skyrim giant who got gooped on by Atlas. I quickly dispose of the ops and get to Jonathan Sauron. The game bugged out. Jonathan ate the bouncy castle devil fruit or something and generates fields of sewage, but with Creature's babies, I'm able to make quick work of him, but he manages to escape. I get to a human who's been forced to watch some weird alien porn. Listen, if you thought I was down bad, just listen to this.
I have no idea what I'm watching. I mean, I was able to get off to it, like, after a while. Honestly, now I love it, though. I mean, if I ever get out of here, I hope I can, like, bring this with me at least. I mean, I don't even think I could go back to normal porn.
The man's is down multiversally at this point. There's no saving him. Angela's next, who sends her orcs after me, and after dealing with her and her clones of Mr. Krabs, she escapes as well. Those guys must be pussies, cause like real life, I can never stick my knifey into them. Final Sauron brother is Ice Cube, who after killing, you guessed it, drop kicks my ass as him and his mighty Morphin Power Rangers form Voltron or something. I haven't seen the show. And I have to take out all 3 of them at the same time. This trial/tribulation was well worth it, as I somehow even got knifey satiated from his killing assault before the ginormous Tumour tells me he's got the 2 people I love most in life, and I'll torture them slowly until I turn myself in. Joke's on you, I got mommy and daddy issues. Those spells won't work on me. I turn in the bounty as I finally meet Tweed, who, I mean, he looks like a brachiosaurus after a neck amputation, but whatever, happy for you, stepsis. Go fuck all his advanced holes or something. Next on the docket is Dr. Gibletts, the brains of G3's operations, who in his possession is an extremely powerful Gatlian we need to take for ourselves to stop the Gigantotumorous or whatever his name is. Problem is, we might as well go on a search for the Avatar, cause nobody knows where this dude is as I activate detective mode to find clues of his whereabouts on my own. My investigation yielded interesting results, with this fat ass eating 15 sandwiches in one sitting, housing an entire ecosystem and all that blubber. There's some sort of hooliganism going on outside the hood, to which I investigate and find they're opening a bong shop in the slums, and I agree to look out for this vile creature's bike, which I steal while he's gone to sell off for profit. This airplane cushion sharts instead of speaking, talking more out of his ass than even art majors on their job qualifications at Starbucks.
Oh, fuck it. Down. Hell,
Finally, we get a biter who sends me to Larry the Lobster for info, and me and Bin Laden find out that the bong shop in the slums is owned by the Dr. Gibletts himself. The ants have joined forces with the cum goblins to attempt to stop me, but these hands are rated E for every species. But despite that, my inquisition around the store yields no results, as none of these history majors are at liberty to give the doctor's location. But while leaving, these 2 Al Capone thugs threaten me, with Bert over here possessing 1 lethal threat.
Be a shame if something happened to your beak as a result if you catch our drift. You got a fresh mouth on you, kid. Be a shame if something happened to that mouth as a result.
It'd be a shame if those satellite dishes got decommissioned, bitch ass. I walk out the stampede, flaccid dick left in hands with nothing left to give, but at least I pilfer magnetic boots off the trampled guy's corpse, which is something. I make my way back home and Bert and Ernie go, JK, we were on your side. We go meet the president, who lets me know that maybe if I could find the guy's coordinates on that floppy disk, I could make sure the doctor loses his credentials permanently from God's servers. We're going back to the jungle notable as one of the Care Bears has sustained a fatal injury and wants me to stay near him during his final minutes.
I don't want to be alone.
Okay, hang in there, hang in there. We'll stay with you as long as it takes.
Hey, where are you guys going? You promised me to stay with me until I die. Oh, I feel it. Oh,
he's...
fuck you. Okay, I'm dying for real over here, and it's really sad. I'm all alone.
Me and Scooby-Doo begin looking for clues, sniffing out the doctor's location, deducing that, yes, he was a very bad guy. Brilliant observation, Mr. Holmes. The detective already knew Gibletts' location and just wanted to play I Spy, but before we go catch a body, we get front row seats to an anal probe. Afterwards, Dr. John Gibletts, PhD.
Jesus Christ, that was the easiest one yet. All right, let me at him.
And we get a full security lockdown. Did you really think this was going to be that easy? Can't leave with a lubed up anus and no fisting. Come on now, this is first grade. Dr. Gibletts, PhD, sends wave after wave against us as we find out some of his lore, like how he had a son, broke Rubus's wife's back so badly that she signed up for permanent organ rearrangement classes with Gibletts instead before subsequently dying in an experiment. Also, we hear about the future villain we don't even know about yet, which is a neat touch until finally he realizes that he killed himself. And we finally make our way out, take the prostate examinee, turn in the bounty, and get Gene on fixing the partially sentient slug. He lets me know Lizzie's been gone for a while and he fears a trip to the cigarette stores in the cards as I'm tasked with tracking her down. Kenny wants some alone time with me, assuredly due to my quality finger control on the trigger, and so we leave the other guns and make our way to Space Applebee's where Tweeg works. Essentially, Kenny is the reason his planet got wrapped by G3 because he wanted to go exploring with a space adventurer and led the G3 right to Gatlia. One of the biggest fuck-ups of all time. He really let the ops tell you back home. I mean, Napoleon going to Russia was so less of a fuck-up than that. He joined the resistance with Lezdoit, the slug we left for Gene to fix, and told him everything after he thought that Lezdoit would die, which he didn't. After Kenny goes off on the waiter who kept bringing in my food, we see Lizzie getting kidnapped. No, Lizzie, not the secondary location. You gotta get out of there. Never mind, it seems she's the one doing the kidnapping. And me and Kenny ditch Applebee's without paying, as apparently I can't even go to Applebee's IRL, which sucks, but more pressing is the alien invasion who comes for the sole purpose of tearing me a new one. Gene lets me know the brain tumor's spinning the block as I avoid all the enemies and make my way back home, and on the way realize Knifey was listening in on us the whole time, but don't worry.
That's right, let's go, we're gonna hurry. Oh yeah, I've been here the whole time, but don't worry, I'll keep your secret safe. I'm not a snitch.
We get back home as my guns cry at my betrayal on how they had to let Gene use them. My goodness, you've all been through too much. Kenny tells Gene the comically long coordinates to a planet as we make our escape. Which planet did we teleport to? Gatlia, or wherever these guns are from. A complete wasteland, honestly. Would rather be an Iranian Revolutionary Guard on the streets of Tehran in 2022. We go to sleep since there's nothing we can really do right now, so all hope seems lost, but after what seems to be days of sleep, Gene somehow shipped in a suit upgrade. He has to have an Amazon Prime account. Delivery man was probably dodging asteroids at hyperspeed to get us that same day shipping. I track down my sister and find her and Tweeg traveling at hyperspeed in space with Doctor Who's telephone booth. She's smoking now. Cigarettes? I don't really know what the big deal is. She was sniffing so much cocaine a few days ago. I asked her to go home and...
Want to come home. It's not even my home anymore.
Hey, I'll go home. You can take me home. How about that? I'm your new sister. Congratulations.
Well, he does have multiple holes, I guess. That might not be the... I'm getting distracted. Break up with Tweeg.
Yeah, how about you just let me handle this on my own? You already decided to become a weird alien-killing expert. Don't strain yourself trying to be a dating expert, too.
Yeah, no offense, but you're kind of butting in, dweeb.
Who the fuck do you think you are, Space Marshmallow Man? I'll give you more holes than you know what to do with my hollow tips if you don't sit your ass down. This threat broke the camel's back as my sister and Tweeg finally break, although it's probably more Tweeg saying he was on the verge of ratting us out for a few pesos the G3 were handing out. That probably had to do something with it. Nipulon is the next target, but before that, Kenny lets the guns know he is in fact the reason all of their loved ones are gone forever, never to return, along with their planet being demolished. Gene butts in, finally finding someone with a bigger fuck up than his double amputation. situation, but the other guns get understandably mad at Kenny, which is gonna lead to a weird family dynamic. I take the bounty and make my way to, oh hey, it's Goop Man at the front this time for my convenience. Problem is Goop Monster's sick and out of fluid, so I have to grab a flower to heal him. The Mac and Cheese brothers are on strike and won't fix the bridge for me to go get the flower, and as I'm ready to negotiate any pay raises or working hours they might request, not unions though, because I'm role-playing a giant corporation, they tell me they want their pops to come and say he loves them. Yo, Papa.
Hey, you there? Yeah. A pumpkin killed me. Fuck.
Yeah, sorry, your papa died of asbestos poisoning.
Finally happy for the first time in my whole goddamn life. Oh. Look at me. I can't handle it. It's too much. Oh my god, I'm fucking overflowing with fucking love. I'm overflowing with excitement. Oh fuck. Oh shit. Oh, are you kidding me? Look at
I'll make it back, get gooped on, and I'm able to sneak through the enemies' base as I get a free minion spa day, forcing me to take a detour on my path. As Butler in a chair as my butler as he guides me to where the other Tumours are suckling humans before settling me down next to this shit patty SpongeBob made one time. As he's suckling the human, I literally start seeing red, no after effects or nothing, this is in the game, and begin my rampage. In this battle royale, I am the John Wick skin, and after brutally murdering everyone, oh hey, it's Helen, who tells me Nipulon will be with me shortly. In the meantime, the other guns get to dissing Kenny.
Hey Kenny, you want to skip the boss fight and just give ourselves up to Nipulon?
Finally, Nipulon, who turns out to be easy enough until... No, wait. He gasses me with a drug that isn't crack. My power's dead. I'm tasked with essentially toiling through the drama in my head by winning a debate versus Jean and Lizzie, while in between continuing to attack Nipulon's health bar directly by putting on my inner cup and attacking the bug colored a little darkly from the others, until finally I have to find all my guns and we decide that yes, we all love each other, and then we get a heartwarming scene of everyone forgiving Kenny and friends and yay and Teletubbies and orgy later, all four of us, and the like, as it's time to finish off Nipulon.
I've assembled all 5 special cards, all 5 pieces of the puzzle. Exodia! Obliterate!
And of course, as his reward for being knifey, I give him a nipple. We get Earth's coordinates and prepare to fight Garmantuous, the first time I said his name this video, and when we make it back, they fix Lezdoit.
Lezdoit!
But it seems that Lezdoit isn't going to be able to see or speak, but he might be the most powerful gun at my disposal. Anyways, it's time for the final boss battle as Jean gives me a bomb to shove up Garmantuous' rectum to finish him off, and that he and Liz are kinda sorta gonna dip the second they drop me off on Earth. Nothing personal, but they don't think I can win. Anyways, good luck. This is where we witness the true power of Lezdoit as he obliterates everything in a certain area. My goodness, I'm running out of dry panties as we obliterate everything, even taking a rest at the park bench to enjoy the scenery. One last puzzle where I have to use every gun's special puzzle ability once, and oh, hey, this looks like a perfect place for a final bet. There he is, the Tumour. Lezdoit clears, no diff, tongue sticking out, he isn't even trying. After knocking him out, it's time for my favorite part as I fist the bomb in there, all slimy and slippery for easy access with my hands, reaching up to my elbow, and launch the bomb. The controls don't work. He wakes up and traps me as he gives me a choice. Surrender or watch the 2 people I love most die.
Parents.
Hey, it's me, Jack Black.
Hi, I'm Susan Sarandon.
Oh yeah, no, you can have them. It seems Tumour asked everyone who the most loved people were, and Jack Black and Sarah Donna top the list, which is cool, as after another round 2 of Lezdoit Anal Simulator, I need to find a way to manually enter his anal cavity, and without any subscribe button or internet nearby, I can't get a schlong long enough in order to reach the insides of Garmantuous. And so that only leaves one option, Bin Kenny. After one last heartwarming goodbye, I fist Kenny as deep as he'll go and watch the suicide bomber sacrifice himself for the good of not just humanity, but space life as well. Oh hey, he survived and turned into a Nick. If you enjoyed, leave a like and subscribe to not miss out on future content, and check out my other work down below in the pinned comment. Now let's get into the tier list. Knifey, Preacher, Lezdoit, and everybody else.